What was that? You know them like them really long things you be making, like when they used to work. Them like what's it called? What was the thing? Have you ever seen one of those?
Them really long things you be making in English.
Not in English.
Have you ever seen a thing like
It's science. It's science. Like when they make.
yeah,
Yo, check it.
like a domino effect?
What are you talking about? No. No. It's not nothing to do with protein.
What class are we in? So I don't care about that, do I? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Alright, so, calm down, psychopath.
I'm happy.
I know, baby. Alright, when you have a cubed root, you need 3 of the same number. So what number do we automatically know goes into 16?
4.
Okay, we can do 4. Alright, now, but do we have 3 of the same number? We only have how many?
Oh, what did you get?
Okay, so now we're going to break this down into 2 and 2. Now, we need 3 of the same number. So how many 2s do we have?
To have International Thespian Honor Society to the gym to take blood pictures. International. Thank you.
I wasn't talking to nobody. I was talking to you.
Mine is another.
That's minus 2.
Alright, so do you see how we have 3 2s right here? So we have 3 of the same number. We bring it to the outside. Oh, I need my cubed right there. We have a 2 left. Because this guy was left over, he goes under there. And it's perfectly okay if you didn't do it last night or if you didn't understand. I promise. I want to make sure we go over it. Yes.
Why don't we, like 2 to the third power, why don't we just, make it turn into 16? What?
It's not 2 to the third power.
No, what?
Are you talking about right here? That's not 2 to the third power. That is 2 times the cubed root of 2. So this 3 is our index. That's part of our radical. It does not affect this 2 in any way. That's why we broke this guy down.
So it's 8 times 2 equals 6. Oh.
What?
Because look, 2 to the third power
Is 8?
is 8, and multiply that by 2 equals 16.
Yes. The rest of you ignore that.
What?
But yes, just... Alright, so, you're not, baby. I just didn't want them to... Oh, okay. We don't call each other dumb at all.
You study more than anybody in class.
Alright, so make sure you have 2 cubed root of 2 right here. That is the definition of a speech...
No, it's not.
Thank you.
No,
You're
it's not.
so
The speech
crazy.
impediment. You know what? I'm not finna compare him, but you know, like when they talk,
There's different
Some of 'em
times.
talk.
It's recording.
I can't say it, but some of them talk.
mean?
It sounds good.
There's different kinds.
Thank you. He don't understand. He's so
Breathe. Breathe.
crazy.
Alright, so...
Yeah, these are Jesus.
Alright, so we're looking for the cubed root of 40. Okay, so we have to simplify, and we need 4 of the same number, the potatoes. We need 3 of the same number, and we know that 4 goes into 40, right? So we can break this down into 4 and 10. Now, do we have 3 of the same number? No. Can we break down 4 further? Into what? 2 and 2. Now, we have 2 2s. We just need 1 more to make our magic work. Break this down into 2 and 5. Is everybody with me? Are we sure? Because all we're trying to do is get 3 of the same number. So
5 will be in the thing, and then 2 to the third power.
we have 3 of our friends. So 1 comes to the outside. Cubed root, 5 is left inside the house. I'm not going to call you that. How do we feel so far? A little better? Now that we're talking about it together? That's perfectly okay, guys. Alright, so now, do you think, based on us doing those 2, that you can correct 13, or do we want to do 1 more together just to be safe? 1 more? Okay, let's do 1 more together. Alright, so 135. Now, we need how many of the same number?
3.
3 of the same number. What goes into 135? Hmm? 9 and what?
15.
9 and 15?
How do you know that? Did you know where this thing is?
I texted you and told you where your binder was. You could have done your homework too.
I already my messages.
We just had this conversation.
I already did. Why you come over?
I'm not. I'm coming for your grade. Alright, so what can this be broken down into? 3 and the 15. I should have pointed at the 9 first. I got excited though. And then 3 and 3. Now, do we have 3 of the same number? 1, 2, 3. So is that what we needed? We bring him to the outside. What stays under in the house? 5. And you need the cubed here. That has to be in the index. Yeah, it's not right if it's not. If it's Blair.
That'll be incorrect.
I'm excited.
It'll be squared instead of cubes.
Sorry, Austin.
Oh, you know.
I thought I handed that to you in the stack, but I didn't. I got excited. Alright, so we need 3 cubed root 5 for number 13. Now, can you guys go back and do 14, 15, and 16 in your group? We're just fixing, Blair, we are fixing 14, 15, and 16. Oh. Are you having a fit?
No, you look like nobody.
Okay, so 14, excuse me, is the cubed root of 243. Nah. Alright, there we go. Cubed root of 243. So we need 3 of the same number. What did y'all break this down by to start with?
81 and 3.
81 and 3? Awesome. Alright, so then remember, we need 3 of the same number because of this cubed right here. So then what did you break this down into? And then what did you break this down into? And then how many 3s do we have? Just the right amount. 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 cubed root 9. Yay!
Oh, okay, I see.
Now, why do we not have to break this 9 down?
Right.
Because you already have 3. So once you have 3, you're fine. Because this can only be broken down into 2 3s. Yes.
I found a much easier way.
Okay.
It involves using the cubed root.
That's what we're doing.
What?
That's what we're doing. You mean the perfect cubes?
Yeah.
You better listen to that little.
Okay. What did you do with the perfect cubes?
Well, I just took numbers like 27. I took the big number, divided by it. Just
Okay.
see if it made a whole number.
Okay. So he said, I wonder where my index cards are. You know how we had perfect squares, right? Yes, no, maybe? Guys, children? You can also have perfect cubes. So if I cube 3, I'm going to get 27.
That's all I was trying to tell you. That would be a good idea to put on the card.
Okay, well, if we want to do that, we can do that. Would you guys like to add our cubes? Alright, so then we can do 243. Oh, Blair, that's not right. Alright, so then we can do 243 divided by 27, and that gives us 9. We know that 27 can be broken down into 3 3s. So that's where he got that from. So then it's 3 cubed root 9. So let's add. Does everybody want to add our cubes while we're doing this before we go any further? Alright, so 1 cubed is 1. 2 cubed is 8. 4 cubed is 64? Yeah.
Four cubed.
It is. 16 times 4 is 64.
216.
Alright, so 6 was,
216.
and then
342. 512. 7.
Okay, I don't think we're gonna have any that go, bigger than that.
I say we go to 10, just get to 1,000.
Okay,
So it's not-
just to be fancy.
That's fine.
Okay, look at us go. All right, so we're gonna write perfect squares and cubes. Good job, Patrick. Good job, Cheney. Y'all want a point for looking at me.
Wait, so now if you find what goes, so if someone goes into that, you just break it down, right?
Yep. So now, all right, so let's do that with our next one with 320. So let's think of our perfect cube that goes into 320. Am I saying my words right? I'm trying. All right, so is there a perfect...
4 times 5.
Okay, so we can break this down into 64 times 5. And then...
At this time, can we have the THS leadership team to the gym for club pictures? The THS leadership team. Thank you.
There could be higher though.
Well, okay, we just did this one though, right? And what was our answer up there?
4.
4 cubed root 5. So what is the cubed root of 64? 4. So we did it right. So that is 4. Dang, I like to break it down just because I like my factor trees. But I like that. Good job, taters. Alright, so, and that's also what we did with our perfect squares, right? Was we tried to get 2 of the same number. If we break this down, we'll have 3 of the same number. And that's why we wrote our cubes. So, oh, I need to write that in my 4. No, 243 was, I didn't write that one down. Yes.
You can do it. Which way you want to do it?
Either way.
I'll just do it.
Do it the first way we've been doing it? Okay. We'll do that, and then we'll go back and do the perfect cubes. Yeah. Alright, so I need to zoom out so we have a little bit more room to see.
Oh wait, you uses green?
Whatever color you want.
Okay. I'm putting the cap on this one so I don't hurt myself.
Nah,
Where do I solve?
What's the problem?
Right here. Okay. No, I was just in there where I solve.
Oh, you said where. I thought you said what do I solve? You asked to do this one, Tater.
no.
It's 25. What?
I cracked my neck and it hurt.
Which one is 375?
We're on
16?
15. 16? We're
Oh.
on 16. You're fine. Keep going.
Okay.
You really wanted to do 16.
You get that?
Oh, the number 5 has 125.
Huh?
Yes. So we're going to do that way next.
That's answer number 16.
Woo! Do we agree or disagree? Agree. Okay, now, he did it by breaking it down into 3 of the same number. If we did the cubed root, we know we need 5, so you can go back and check it. The cubed root of 5 is 125. So we would say 375 divided by 125, that gives us 3. And the cubed root of 125 is 5, so it's the same thing. That's so much easier. Do you want me to write it down? Okay. I'm going to turn the paper over since we've got a lot. So we could say, please come here, Mr. Marker. All right, we're looking for the cubed root of 375. Now, the perfect cube that goes into 375 would obviously be 125 because we need a 5. So it would be 125 times 3. Now, what is the cubed root of 125? 1, 2, this way. So it's 5 cubed root 3. So it's just like when we did the square roots and we knew it was a perfect square and we went ahead and took the square root of it. This is a perfect cube. We know that, so we take the cubed root of it because it has that 3 there. Yes, no, maybe. Did we do 320? We did. Okay. All right, are we ready to go to the back? Another sheet, I'm sorry. All right, so let's break these down together, 17, 18, 19, and 20, using our cubed roots. Because then tonight, the rest is have fun with it homework. All right, so 17, we need our biggest cubed root that goes into 96. What do you guys think it's going to be?
8.
And remember, our cubed root is our third column that we've done. So we're trying to break down 96. I don't know. Do 96 divided by 8. Tell me what you get.
Yeah, 12 and 8.
And there's not 3 of the same number that multiply to give us 12, is there? We would do 4 and 3, but that would be 2 and 2. We could do 2 and 6, but that would be 2 and 3. So we need 3 of the same number. What's the cubed root of 8?
4 times 2.
What's the cubed root of 8?
Oh,
Go all the way back to your counting numbers. So it would be 2 cubed root 12. Now, if you don't quite understand the cubes, break it down and look for 3 of the same number. That is perfectly fine. If you don't quite get how we got here, go to 96. We know that, you could still do 8 and 12. And then you could break this down into 4 and 2. And this into 2 and 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's what we need for that, 2. And if we broke 12 down, it would be 6 and 2. And that would be 2 and 3. We don't have 3 of the same number over here, so 12 stays under. Yes, no, maybe. Is anybody alive? Almost alive? Okay, I'm fine with almost alive. All right, 864. Talk about it in your group what you think the perfect cube's going to be. What is happening?
It's going to be 6 cubed, or, yeah, 6 cubed. Because you break it down by 216, or I guess, cubed 6. Then multiply by magnitude.
Remember the first day when you just didn't get this and you were so upset and now you were zooming like it's nobody's business?
it'd be,
It'd still be, oh my gosh, what English class are y'all taking?
So look, so you're going to break it down by, so,
It's still recording.
yeah, so take, start 5. And now I got 4, so we know it's 216. I'm supposed to do the, and 4 is your outside
it'd be
number.
6,
If you go 216, look at 2/3 of the root, that's 6. So, 6 cubed. That's what we going to, 19?
20.
I did about 260. And
I'm so proud of you guys. Are we ready to talk about number 618 while y'all are working, or do you just want to have time to finish? Go over it? Yeah. Alright, so we're doing the cubed root of 864, correct? Alright, so we're going to look at our perfect cubes, and the biggest one that we think could go in, and remember, that's your green numbers. You could try any of these. So if I tried 512 because I feel fancy, 864 divided by 512, that does not give me a whole number, so that doesn't work. So I keep going in this direction. I know that 343 is not going to work because it's a bunch of 3s and 7s, and 864 isn't a multiple of either of those. So then I'm going to do 864 divided by 216, and I got 4, so that's what I need. I got 216 and 4, and then I look at my card, and I see what the cubed root of 216 is. I go over here, it's 6. So then that's 6 cubed root 4. And the 4 stays under the house because there's not 3 of the same number that multiply to get that. And remember, you can also break it down by sixes if you need to. Yes, no, maybe on the understanding wheel. I'm okay with a maybe. I really am, because these things take practice. What is it, babe?
I said I got something. I got 2 cubes.
You got 2? Tell me what you broke it down by.
Did 260 and then I broke it down. So 100. Yeah, 9, 9.
You did 10. You did what?
108.
That's not a
And then you did that by what?
9.
9 times what?
9.
That doesn't equal 108. Okay.
And, 4, 30, and 2.
So then you have 1, 2, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3 of those. 3 times 2 is 6. So once you see that you have a perfect cube, use your card. Use your index card and say, oh, I know what the cubed root of that is. It's 6. Does everybody understand how to use their card?
Yeah, now that, are we gonna be able to use this on a text?
Yeah. That's why we made them.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
Do we need to walk through how to use our card, or we good? Okay. All right, keep going.
Okay, done.
Are we all done? We're not all done, I don't think.
I get a point if I say the answer to Moku.
How about you check with your team and make sure we're all on the same page?
What about you, Morgan?
Did you get that? 19.
19? That is.
Yeah.
And guys, please don't be intimidated just because someone at your table gets it
At
faster
this
than
time,
you.
can I
That's
have
perfectly
the
okay. That's
ambassadors
why we
to
work
the gym
together.
for club pictures? The ambassadors. Thank you.
Again, that's why we work together in groups so that we can help each other. Because one person may be awesome at this, and then they may not be as good at something else. Does everybody understand?
These are the square, these are cubes, so.
Don't be embarrassed of not understanding.
Or no, square, that's cube, and these are just.
That's how we learn. Yeah. Alright, are we ready? So for 19, did you guys get 4 cubed root 7? And 18, we got 6 cubed root 3, just to make sure I have 6 cubed root 4. And then 20, I got 7 cubed root 2. Look at us go! Good job! I am way more excited than y'all are. Okay, before we leave, let's talk about how to do these again. Now, this has an index of what? 2. So that's square root again. So we'll be using perfect squares. So use your middle column on these. Now, remember with our x's, we need to figure out how many times 2 goes into 3. So what's that? 1 with how many left over? So it would be... I need more. I got scratch paper under here. So if you had the square root of x cubed, remember you do 2 into x, I'm sorry, 2 into 3. You have, it goes into it once with 1 left over. What about if it was just the square root of a? It just stays under the radical, right? It can't go anywhere. What about a squared b cubed? How many times does 2 go into 2? How many times does 2 go into 3? With how many left over? Like that. Alright? So I want you to work on 21 through 30 for homework. Just go ahead and finish it out. It's just 9 problems. I know we usually don't have that much, but you'll be fine. Persevere in the face of danger. 10 problems. I can't count. Does anybody have any questions?